Lord have mercy.
All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. We are live. I want to say thank y'all so very much for tuning in to this incredible show. Number one, you know what I'm saying? I catch up on some much needed rest when I'm here in Texas. I mean, hey, when you single, you ain't got no kids, you pretty much work for self, you can sleep during the day, right? That's just the beauty of YouTube. That's just the beauty of it. You can schedule an episode, and I was catching up on a show, and so last night I was watching Queen Sugar. I was catching up on all the seasons, right? And I caught up with the seasons. And at the end of the series, they played a song, Kurt Franklin. It's over now. It's over now. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. I believe that. And I remember hearing that song when I was at my friend's funeral. They was playing that record, and I saw him in the casket. And so when I heard that song on last night, I immediately broke down in tears. That it just touched me. Because I could just remember where I was sitting at in his homegoing, and I heard that song on Queen Sugar, and I immediately broke down in tears. I cried, and then I just started having a conversation with him and talking, and I just went across in my mind about doing it for on his behalf and being there for him and keeping his legacy alive. And so I went on his page and I said, I miss you, and etc. It just hit me. And I haven't cried about him since, when I first found out he passed. And so I went back to sleep, and um, I just went to sleep. I just, I had to just cry and get it out. And I want to say this, you know what I'm saying? When my mind went back to Jaquez and myself, and I said, "Wow, I really had a great friend. I had a great friend." And it's difficult because people think that you have so many friends, a million friends, right? They have never been my life. I've always had a couple. And I look at it, I said, wow, I really had a great brother, a great friend that I will be able to cherish that. And hopefully one day I can find somebody else that can be that friend for me. We be friends together when you at your lowest point and they're there for you. They understand that. When I get on this internet, a lot of people say, hey, you don't have any friends and blah, blah, blah. But the internet to me is just where I entertain. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to entertain, do my job, and I go home, go to sleep. But when I look at the success of that friendship that I had with that brother, I will always cherish that. I could just go back to helping him get a job, and we helping each other. He helped me get a job. We kind of like felt, and worked in the same industry together. And he wanted to do music. I was supporting his music. He wanted to, what I'm saying. I was a blogger and a radio personality, and he would call in, and it's just so much that I just remember, and I just went back to some of the old messages, and he was talking about how he wanted to start his own label and help LGBT artists to get a shot. Even when I would go on a deep end, I would be critical because at one point I wanted to be an activist, right? And I would talk about people. May God rest his soul. Kurt Myers recently passed, but me and Kurt would get into it about LGBT events and how it lacked of hiring LGBT artists, and how I stood up for what was right and had meetings with them, called them out, and they booked Bobby Lights. I will never forget those moments. I'll never forget it. I just, you never know when you're gonna go, right? And that's why you have to just love, believe in God, believe in his word, and live a good life. But I pray that everybody get to experience a good brother, friend, someone that you can lean on. People use that word friend so loosely now. Everybody's saying this person my friend, but you can really tell how strong the friendship is when you become in need. When you become, oh, you need a listening ear, when you lose that job, or when you lose that car, when you don't have the money coming, you can really tell how good of a friend that person really is. Because everybody want to be your friend once you got money, once you go into the club, once you got liquor, once you got your own place. I mean, everybody. I mean, I look at Jonathan, and I remember he had a lot of people in his home, but now he hit rock bottom, and they're gone. So as think about my friend, my brother, I do cry, but it's not like it's sad, but it's like happy tears in the sense that, I was able to experience them for over a period of time. I was able to experience it. And so when I was watching Queen Sugar on last night and I just heard that song, It's Over Now, I just immediately just broke down because it reminded me when I heard that at his funeral. So I'm going to work hard so I can make life easier for the next person. Thank you. All right. So I just had to come up with that. Of course, I see y'all in the building here. We got a lot to discuss. Of course, I was late, of course, but hey, I was tired. I needed to sleep it off. I was a little bit grieving. I had a rough day today. But we are here, all right? And we definitely gonna get into it. And I want to talk about this. Oh, Miss, what's her name? The Smollett lady. I just want to say that when this woman pretended like she was gone and pretended like she was missing, and now that it came out that she was not missing, everybody is just everybody is just talking about this story all over the country still. And people kept saying, "Oh my gosh, Wiley, she had a mental illness." And I was like, I'm hearing it. And I'm like, okay, I hear this, Carly. I hear these supporters, but for me, I'm not going to excuse her lies. I'm not going to excuse that. I'm not going to excuse that because what she did was wrong. Carly Smollett, she lied and she embarrassed not only herself, but many people that put their reputations on the line. Now, people were saying it's going to push black women back. Black women are already not being believed. When they get assaulted, when they become missing, they rarely be believed, period. So what can you make it as being worse? Because black women is already at worst when they become victimized. When I look at the media in Chicago, when they ran a piece about victimization, black women were leading that group of being victimized, right? And they were being victimized the most because they know we victimize black women. You can pretty much get away with it because the media is not going to care about it. Who gives a darn? It's not going to get who cares? But that I care, and many other black men and women should care about what goes on with black women. Black women are the backbone of this world, and let's be clear, black men as us as doing YouTube and when we entertain people and we have these conversations, the main support is black women. I can speak it for myself, right? So when I see our women are missing and going through, we have to stand up for them because it's a lot that black women go through as a woman, from the harassment, from them being kidnapped and some being kidnapped, etc. It's a lot that black women go through. They be judged a lot. Even despite all of that, black women are more the most educated. They vote the most, etc. They are becoming one of the most powerful groups of owning businesses, etc. But this particular black woman definitely need to be called out. Yes, she need to be called out. She need to be called out and arrested and off the streets. But I never want people to feel like we should stop ignoring black women. No, we should be there for black women. Black women is the least protected. And when I say that, people will say, well, you're pandering. But if you look at the data, they are. Look at the data. They get victimized the most. And they don't get the type of publicity for justice. They just don't. It even took it a while to this day. Black Lives Matter groups and Black Lives Matter people, or when you do a hashtag, they mainly support black male victims. Rarely do we promote black women black girls that are victims. We rarely put them on a pedestal. We rarely give that the promotion. We rarely give that awareness like we are giving black men, which are greatly noted because black men are being victimized as well. But when you look at black women, the coverage, they get less. They get less. So I believe that Carly should suffer the consequences of her lies. I understand why a lot of black folk don't want to criticize her because we have a tendency don't want us to criticize our people because we criticize enough. But I'm not going to join that and say that she is a mentally disturbed person until I need to see proof of that. I think that's something that she have a mental. No, she could just be a known liar. Because some folks don't have them if they just plain on evil, they lie, they cheat, and they deceive. But what we try to do is excuse it when she got a mental illness. Some people ain't got no mental illness. Some people are just as competent, clear as day. They just pure evil. We understand? So we are going to continue to talk about this case. I didn't want to cover it at first. I didn't. Some told me not. And usually I'm on cases, right? It's another case that not getting publicity someone want me to cover, and I'm doing my due diligence because once I put my reputation online, people are gonna, hey, is this real? Is this sincere? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot that goes with it. But I'm not going to stop covering black women, black men, black boys or girls that are being missing, because let's be clear, when you look at the data, they do not get believed like that. The people that is up in the in power, these white producers that make the decisions, they don't push black missing cases on the front page or give them a wall-to-wall coverage, even though MSNBC got a black hole, CNN got black holes. But the people with the power that you do not see, that works behind the camera, that are speaking in the control room to the black holes, they make the decision. The most 9 out of 10 chances they are young white people. They just the host. You just sit down and do your job. But you don't have the final say so, because you don't own these entities. They can fire your hand part when they get ready. Even though you're more educated, you got more talent, skills, but when it comes to the power, when it comes to the real decision making, you don't own it. Everybody want to be an Oprah, but Oprah was only one black woman that had the complete control of her show. Nobody ever had a deal like that as a black woman. Steve Harvey tried to have a deal where he leased it back to the show and he owned it and then give whatever alerts they get. No. Only Oprah had that deal. Name another black host that got that much power, that control and own their show, their name. Steve didn't. Wendy Williams have not. Sherry Shepherd, no. Right? So I understand, by working in media, us as YouTubers, we have the power to bring it up. And the only reason why we have an Amber Alert, because a young white girl was kidnapped. And there was no such thing as an Amber Alert. And but in the town or the city or the town that she was in, radio shows worked together collectively and said, hey, if we have a next person that is missing, we're going to broadcast it on the radio, and they help find people that was abducted or kidnapped, right? When it comes to, and that's how they developed the Amber Alert. And even Amber's family said, I wish that it was an alert system to alert the authorities and the public about our baby being kidnapped. But they didn't have it then. But it took a white disappearance, white hurt, white tears to develop a system called the Amber Alert. And black people have to fight so hard to even get a Amber Alert, because it's so much bias in the criminal justice system and the local police department that feel like the black, they didn't get kidnapped. Maybe they just ran away. Maybe they're hugged up with their boyfriend and they'll come back and knock on the door. Like, you have to raise so much hell to even get a Amber Alert. And by the time you're negotiating, fighting with the detective to get Amber Alert, hours upon hours have passed. You do know that when a disappearance, you have to do it instantly. You can't wait 24 hours, 72 hours. You have to do it instantly. Once it come out, you got to put a description out there quick, fast, in a hurry, because time, you're working against the clock. If you look at the data. Or, so when this particular story, it hits me differently as a man, and as a man that work in media, that get stories daily about their cousin that is missing, about a GoFundMe, about this Amber Alert. I get Amber Alerts daily in Texas or in Chicago, whenever. It goes right through my phone. And I just don't have the emotional strength to just cover people that are missing. That takes a lot of energy. When you cover, especially when you're talking to the family and they crying, and you take on that energy and you have to sleep. That's a lot. And I'm just not ready for that yet. But I get it to my email? Yes, I get it all the time, of a family member that is missing and going through, and then you get on the phone and they're crying, and it's like, then because again, we don't have the type of producers like a major network. Everything is on us, So when I look at Carly, when I look at this woman, number one, I hope that she get off the streets. And I hope we get more information, right? More information. And hopefully that she continue to work with the authorities. And thank you to the authorities for handling this case with grace, for giving us as much information as possible. And shout out to the federal agencies, the FBI, the Secret Service, as well as the local police, the local Hoover Police Department, for working together to even get involved for that, because this is that's highly unlikely in a case like this where you get federal agency as plus local agencies as well. So that just show you the power of the activism, the power of the Black voice to make sure that these agencies come together. And we should not get discouraged to stop doing that, because we still got to do it, because at the end of the day, there's a Black woman, a Black man, Black boy and girl that is missing right now. So don't take this story to make you discard anybody that says missing. No, the work is continuing, because while we are wasting time on this story, there's another story out there with a missing person. And some may never find a relative. I have a friend, he lost his cousin. Both his cousins were abducted. And to this day, they have not been found, not even their bodies. So it hit differently. It hit differently. And that family have to deal with scammers that say, hey, I'm Diamond. Hey, I'm back. And it's like scamming the family. They've done with a lot. So you get re-victimized. You get your hopes up like, oh my God, this really my loved ones has been abducted. And then they find out it was a scam. So, but it's so sad. I remember when those girls were abducted. And I remember when the police were finding it. And I remember more information was coming out. And it was kind of weird and sketchy. And when I got older, I heard rumors. And it was just all sketchy, as what I would say. And those girls, you know, if they're still alive, they're grown women now. But I highly doubt they're alive. So sad. So I just had to open up with that. Let's move on. Okay. I want to talk about Kamala Harris for a quick second. First and foremost, I love our vice president, our VP, Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris is leading the charge because Florida is banning books on Black history. They're banning books on Malcolm X, Tony, is it Toni Morrison? I hope I'm saying her name right. Maya Angelou. So many Black material. Right now in Florida, the Florida school board, they have literally told teachers and instructing teachers that you have to teach in Black history that enslaved people benefited from slavery. You have to teach that. Don't teach that to make white children feel bad. No, you're going to teach that enslaved people benefited from slavery. And that's all a lie. What have slaves benefited from? Losing their family, their language, their culture, their religion, etc. They lost family, etc. And when the Florida came out, Kamala Harris came out and said, listen, they're doing this to gaslight us, and we won't stand for it. So she did a speech, a 23-minute speech, and she had this speech, very powerful. But I want to peel the lid off of this evilness, off of this wickedness. That is the spirit in this country that is trying to erase history. Because the more they look at their history, the more they look at it, the more depressing. And oh my gosh, we can't teach that to our children. So they're trying to just erase it. Let's erase it. Let's not talk about Dr. King. Let's erase it. Right? It's so sad. But this not just happening in Florida. It's happening in many states. They're trying to ban books and ban that. And this is why the parents of these children, especially black parents, right, should be on the front lines and making sure that that you won't stand for it. Ron Sanchez is have done so much damage to the state of Florida, to making it difficult for illegals to have a job. They're abandoning the state. Now a lot of construction work is on a standstill because they can't find the workers, because black firms are underfunded. They don't have the capital. They don't have the resources. They don't have enough trained staff to replace those that have been working and for decades, right? So even the black firms that want to take those jobs and build those skyscrapers don't have the credit, don't have the resources to pick up those type of uh, projects. So when it comes to this situation with Kamala Harris's our Vice President Kamala Harris is talking about this. It needs to be talked about. It is sad that what Florida is doing, but this you're dealing with a wicked system, and people are so surprised at the evilness. You're dealing with evil, right? You're dealing with evil, and you have to speak up. And the thing is, with Democrats, they're not enough proactive. They should have been investing on a local level. They should have been investing in races on the state level, investing in good productive candidates on the Senate level, in the House. They're just been sleeping on the wheel. Again, in Georgia, the same thing. They're catering towards black people and try to make a divide between black men and black women. They got a lot of people picking up talking points on the right wing media and all this propaganda. I think that the Democrats are not doing enough to fund on the local, state level, and on the school board level. It's a lot of power there, and it's a lot of power there. A lot of things are being challenged, but Democrats got to do a better job. They're behind schedule. In order to take over these state houses, they're going to have to do a better job by investing the resources and putting the boots on the ground, etc. But what's happening in Florida, it's very sad. It's frightening, to the sense that children are going to be taught that enslaved people benefited from slavery. That's dangerous, because that's not true. Enslaved people did not benefit from slavery. They did not. It was not a choice to be. They had no choice. Hell, they weren't even human considered to the slave master. They were property. They were sold on the auction block. They were sold. You have your baby snatched from you and sold to another plantation, just like that. Black men were forced to sleep with it could be your sister, your mama, anybody that can bear children. You were forced to sleep with your family member to produce life, to keep more product. You as a slave was the product to produce more cotton, tobacco, etc., whatever you were doing on that particular plantation. So that was what was going on. And it's sad that some people didn't even know that was going on. They didn't even know it was going on. So when you go to certain parts of the country and incest is so high, a lot of historians would track it back to slavery. And you still got a lot of families that are still sleeping with their mama and daddy and brother and sister and etc., because they developed that spirit from slavery, and it never got out of the family, and it's still going. In some parts of Maryland that you can go to, that incest is so high, and you track it back to slavery. But you got a lot of people that don't know nothing about that. You got a lot of people, when they use the word the MF and they use the word you MF, that was actually real. People actually F their mother to produce more slaves. If you were a strong enough guy and you could produce, you had seed, the slave master say you would breed. They did everything possible to keep slaves on that plantation, to keep those numbers high, to keep you building up that wealth. There are still families here in this country that are still benefiting from slavery. Their wealth is tracked down through slavery. Period. So regardless, a lot of wealthy families that have all that, as they say, that long money or that generational wealth, have built it through the backs of people with no rights. And that's why we have to continue to fight and continue to educate our people about slavery, and not only just about slavery, but teach about about those that were enslaved, and also teach about those enslaved people that fought back. They said, okay, we ain't gonna have this. We're gonna do damage to you all and take your life. And it was many instances where people fought back, and they damn sure don't want that to be talked about. They don't want the Nat Turner. They don't want any of that to be discussed because they feel like it was black people that was under subject, that was obedient, they was doing, they benefit. No, you had some black folk that said, "Oh, heck, oh no, we gonna take y'all out before I will be continue to live and under in this type of condition." They have done it. It's many different slave revolts, so many of them that happened during that time, that era. And that's even before people were enslaved. You look at the success and the power of our mathematicians and our engineers, etc. That built a lot in Africa, that built a lot in Egypt. And that's why a lot of them, when they came to America, they were developing clocks, the so many successes that black people were building. And some of it that white people put their name on the documentation. They didn't build nothing. They stole it from the black man because most of them couldn't read, or most of them couldn't. They weren't gonna put their name on the on the patent. So the slave master will put their name on the patent, and that family is still taking advantage of that. But if you look at the inventions of black people, it's amazing that they did that, and they wasn't even considered human. But yet they accomplished so much. When you look at after slavery and look at how black people got and worked in government and took over in many state houses and started becoming congressmen, mayors, and etc. It was always resistance. But white people have to understand that you can't erase the history of Black America. Black American history, it will always be American history. And this is why we as Black people must continue to fight, must continue to be in those spaces and vote those wicked, evil people out of office. This is why they fight so hard of voter suppression laws, to make sure these laws are just weird, because they don't want us to vote. They don't want us to run for office. They don't want us to participate. They want to recall people. Even if you get in office, they want to recall. Look what happened in Tennessee. It is a war against the power of Black people. They are resisting. They are out there. There are powerful forces that want us back in chains. Just that clear. You hear something, I'm going to say this in my close. They always say, oh, this is so woke. Woke this and woke that. Woke, woke, woke. They're saying it in the context of Black. I can't really say Black. That's not politically correct to be that racist. So how about we turn the word? We can't say the N word. Let's just say woke. Oh, these people are just so woke and woke this and woke that. But you really want to say Black. Oh, we don't need equality and all of that stuff in our military. Oh, no, we don't need that. We don't need that. You even got some white people that are slipping out of their mouth and saying the colored people. It's coming out. Some white people are tired of just pretending to be in that they are so, that equality. They want to go back to that. They never left. In so many cases, we're seeing the product of that. They're getting more wise. They're talking with, they're getting more wise in it, and they're getting more bold with it. And hopefully, us as African Americans, we come out and we say, "Oh no," that more leaders are being produced to say, "Oh no, we can't have that. You can't be banning us with that type of stuff, our books and our material." And thank God that I can go and read this up on my own. But I pray that you all educate your children when they come home. Everybody needs to read Malcolm X and so many other Black leaders that I don't even know that existed, that it should be taught. It should be taught, because if you don't teach it, because if you teach the history, you will know a lot of the things that are going on. You would know we become a better, well-informed society, and we will know how to move around our enemy. Right? You are not our friend if you want to ban our history. You are, and forever would be, our enemy. Right? You are not a friend of us if you want to ban our existence. No, you're not our friend. You're not our friend if you want to tell me that a teacher, and shout out to Vice President Harris, that we don't even, and she echoed this, don't even pay the teachers enough money, but then tell them that you got to lie. Everything you've been taught to qualify to be a teacher, throw that out the window. You're going to teach us some new history. So sad. But we are continuing to talk about it. Is it right? No, it is wrong. It's vicious. It's disgusting. It's very disgusting. And hopefully the residents there in Florida rises up and vote those people out. So in the next election, you not only take over the state, but you take over the school board, you take over the courts, you take over so many levels of it, and and push that state, push this country forward. Because like Vice President Harris said, this is not just happening in Florida, it's happening all over in this country, where they're challenging teachers teaching history, and they say, "Oh my gosh, they're challenging the Holocaust. Don't teach it." Like they're pushing us back in so many areas, and we can't stand for that. And that's why I had to talk about it. I saw it today. I mean, yesterday I saw talking about it, and I did see Vice President Harris give her speech, and I said, "Hey, I have to talk about that." That's I was watching that before I did the show. Hopefully, they get it together now. With that entail, okay. I just want to make sure y'all doing okay. I see y'all in here watching our show. Uh, Give me a second here. Uh, we are live, and I love each and every one of y'all been showing love to us, and thank you all for that. I want to get into this whole Jason Aldean, okay, and he's a country singer, and so he released a song that I want to make sure that I go to it. It's a song that he released, and it's called "Try That in a Small Town." That was the name of the song that he released, and people were saying that he was advocating for people. He's a country artist. He's advocating for Black folks to be the L word. I got to be careful of the words I use due to the algorithm, but he want us to be, the media said, the L word, right? Um, and so when I heard it came out um, on the social media and in the media, people were sending it to me. I said, well, let me listen to the song about this, because they making it seem like he was having Black folks hanging from trees or etc. I just let me hear the song for myself. So I want to read some of the lyrics here. I want to read some of the lyrics. And they did remove the video off of the country music channel, like off the channel. They removed the video off of there. It's still on YouTube, right? But this is the song, the lyrics. It said that um it said that sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk. If you don't know what the L word is, you do, yeah, just go in the forest and research the song Strange Fruit, and you will know what the L word is. That's why history is important. It says sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a G word on the owner of a liquor store. Y'all think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stump on the flag, light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you'll make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Get a G word that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that's S word might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we can take care of our own. You cross the line, it won't take long. For you to find out, I recommend you don't. Try it in a small town full of good old boys. Rise upright. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross the line, it won't take long. So that's pretty much what the lyrics, right? The song came out a month ago. Nobody was talking about this record. But due to the wisdom of the power that be to make a song quote unquote go viral, Jason or the producer or the director felt that it was okay to record this song in front of a courthouse that Black people lost their life in front of this court back in the 1800s. Number one, I think that when I heard the song, I understand what he's talking to. He's talking to his base. And I don't see an issue with you talking to your base. I don't see an issue with that. I don't see an issue you want to talk to your base. I don't see an issue with it when you want to just have this conversation to your audience. You know exactly who you're talking to. Did he actually say he want Black people to be L word? No, absolutely not. That's not in the lyrics. When you first hear the song, you be like, "Oh, this is a good song. Trying a small town." You know, he played like news clips. Okay, but the media, they always paint this fear. Oh, he want L word and he want this and blah 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 blah. Um, is it gonna stop me from listening to country music? No. I love country music. I mean, some of his other songs that he wrote. What was the other song that he did that I like? I just go on and on and on about his music. I was just letting my Spotify play. I don't see, of course, I don't see an issue with you freedom of speech. You are giving how you feel. You speaking to your audience. That's fine. Either you can watch it or you don't have to watch it. Music have always been used as a tool to speak your truth. I think a lot of people, society, a lot of liberals want people to lie and be something that they're not. So when I heard the song, okay, all right. But is I'm going to be so quick to label him something? No, I'm not going to be quick to label him that. Do I feel like discrimination exists in country music? Oh, absolutely, it does exist. They're very fickle. They don't like too much of us in their space. They feel like they own country music, but a lot of country music was developed by Black artists. Let's be clear on that. If you know your history, a lot of Black artists was the architect of country music, right? They learned the stories of, they got it from the blues, which Black folks created the blues and invented the blues, etc. Um, but I understand what people is upset. I get it. I get why people listening to that song and say, "Hey, I'm pissed." I understand it. But let's also be clear. You have a right to play that song or not play that song. And because of the pressure of groups, they took the song off of the video, off television, right? They took it off. They took it off. And so I was listening to Officer Tatum a little bit before I went to sleep. He tried to compare this song to WAP. There's no comparison. There was no dog whistles or racial undertones in WAP. So you can't compare. They did not tape WAP in front of a place of a massacre of people. So I didn't understand why you try to compare The two, and WAP actually got criticized too. WAP wasn't that well received from people. Let's be clear. But when we go to this brother that you see on the screen here wrote the song, I mean, hey, he's just doing what he know what to do. He's speaking from a perspective of growing up in Georgia. I believe it was Georgia, if I could be wrong. Growing up in that small town that black people couldn't be caught in, you literally had to have a little green book. And a green book was a book where it was safe. They told you a different routes to take being safe. It told you what hotels to go to. It was certain towns you could not be called in. When the sun go down, you couldn't be called in at all. Especially when that sun, you better not be in that town. I've seen it happen most towns in Georgia, Mississippi, North Carolina, Texas, etc. Most places that I am enjoying walking proudly as a black man couldn't do that back in the 80s and 60s and 50s and 40s and in the 1800s. It was parts of this country black folks could not go in. All right. They will put signage up. N-word better not be caught when the sun go down, pretty much. So that do exist. He used the word town. He know whoever did it, they know exactly what they're doing. And they knew that this going to go viral. And it worked. I mean, I'm talking about the song. I streamed a couple of his songs. Some of the songs I actually like. So did it work? Yes, it worked because they could have taped this. They could have taped this video somewhere else, but they knew exactly where to tape it. They knew exactly where to do that, and this wasn't all like a coincidence. This was all planned to boost his visibility and for him to make more money, because one thing about their people in the country artists, they don't like it when outsiders, especially liberals from New York, everybody from New York is liberal, right? That's what they think, trying to cancel him. So now his ticket sales are going up. When he go on tour, his merchandise sales going up, his music sales going up, because he can paint, I'm the victim here. I'm releasing music. They're trying to do me. They're trying to make me to be all liberal and everything like that. And his visibility as an artist have went up because people never talked about this. But I know it exists because I'm not a huge fan of like a historian of country music. No, I'm not. So I never heard of Jason Aldean. Never heard of this man until he decided to talk about, and do this song, Try That in a Small Town. And now everybody is talking about him. Did it work? Yes, because they all talking about him. You ain't gonna cancel him because people that support him is not people that look like me and from my neighborhood. He is from the rural areas, most of the other towns. You do have black people that support and love country music, but we are in the minority as the consumer that is buying the records, buying the concert tickets. We are in the minority when it comes to that. When you look at him going on tour and his crowds, you don't see too many of us. When I say us, black people in the crowd. So he don't give a darn whether we like it or not, because we don't put enough money in his pocket so him to afford that hat, for him to eat that barbecue, drink his beer, have them rosy cheeks. He's speaking about, his own audience, right? Period. I believe it's selective outrage because I don't see too many of these liberals up there calling for the cancellation of the gang culture rap, drug culture rap, prostitution, etc. That's not being called out and judged and dragged and erased or taken off videos. I think that should have been taken out immediately. But we approve that. Oh yes, talk about robbing and carjacking people. Yes, talk about you smoking up your ops. We will keep that on the networks. That's just as dangerous as what this brother is trying to do. Most of our people don't live in a small town. We live in cities that we're getting victimized by our own people. And then you have rappers that are promoting this and putting this and getting funding and it's staying up. That's not being judged and called out. and erased. So if we're going to call out one thing, we need to call it all out and take it all down. It's quite interesting that you can listen to drill music about smoking your ops, and it's everywhere. And it is more direct. In this song, and let's be clear, Try That in a Small Town, it's not that direct saying take out black or take out darkies. None of that is in there, but I can go to some lyrics from my own people talking about who they took out, running from the popo, taking out, smoking your ops, slinging the dope, smoking, drinking the lean, and that's still up where you consume it. That's fine. I don't see that being broadcast in media. Take it down. Where's the protest? Because that have done more damage now than what this brother is trying to talk about in a small town. Because the people I talk to, they're not getting carjacked from this brother on the screen here. They're getting carjacked by other black people. This brother ain't out here smoking the ops. But I could go to records right now and pinpoint the destruction in Chicago, Baltimore, Memphis, so many other these places. Big mama, grandmother are getting attacked by their own people, right? And so I'm more so focused on that. What this brother is doing, I'm not shocked. Country music have always been that way. But we must address the destruction of hip-hop and how it's affecting the lives of our black brothers and sisters and affecting the crime rate is very high. And these same labels are funding. The same labels that are funding him with the black hat are funding these black artists to promote evil to your children. That need to be called out as well, because when you wake up in the morning, you got to turn your head and really, 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 really pray that they don't snatch up take your car or take you out. So I'm more so concerned about that than this brother with this hat on talking about, because most people in the hood ain't going to stream this song. They ain't listening to this song, but they are listening to these other records that I could definitely talk about to this day. All right. And while we're talking about rappers, and so let's go to the rapper that we are definitely talking about here. And let's be clear, Jehovah, y'all know him right there. He always say he's not from 63rd, etc., but he's a known criminal. Decided instead of him working, instead of him having a real job working at Walmart or breaking down boxes and investing his money into real estate, he decided to scam people out of their money, credit card scam, fraud, etc. He have agreed upon the streets. He agreed to do 5 years in prison for being a criminal, for breaking the law. Instead of him going through hard times and making sure when he was making the money to get rental properties and investing in other things, he decided to do crime. And they're not taking down his music, not at all. They're not talking about him on The View. They're not taking him down, anything like that. Okay. He have plead guilty of using stolen credit cards to pay for private jets and cars. Chicago rap star G. Herbo has agreed to plead guilty to federal charges that accuse him of using information from stolen credit cards to pay for private jets, expensive meals, luxury cars, and a stay at a Jamaica villa. Jaguar, whose real name is Herbert Wright III, signed an agreement Wednesday in the U.S. District Court in Boston, pleading guilty to 1 count of wire fraud, 1 count of lying to federal agents. Under the deal, which still must be approved by a judge, Wright faces as many as 20 years in prison. Though the sentence could be a lot less, a hearing in the case is scheduled for later this month. An indictment handed down in late 2020 accused Wright and 5 others of obtaining stolen credit cards, information from dark websites and other places. They also use fake IDs, driver's license, email accounts, and names of aliases, and a real business to fraud people and companies, the indictment stated. In one instance, Antonio Strong, identifying himself as Wright's manager, contacted a pet company around November 29, 2017 to order two designer puppies for Wright with a stolen credit card. The indictment stated the same stolen credit card was used to pay for a car service to deliver the puppies to Chicago, according to the indictment. Another case, Wright allegedly sent a direct message to Strong over Instagram around July 7, 2019, requesting a reservation for a private villa in Jamaica. The indictment stated Strong allegedly made the reservation using stolen payment information, and Wright allegedly stayed in the villa with his associates from July 7 to July 11. The indictment outlines several other alleged fraudulent payments, including the rental of a Maybach 600 and a Bentley CGTC on March 6, 2017. Herbo, a Southside native, grew into something of a hometown hero as a teenager, early 2000, helping lead Chicago drill music to international prominence along fellow rappers and collaborators. Chief Keef and Lil Durk, his music has been, and then of course they go into this history and stuff. But he decided to use stolen credit cards because these rappers, because they ain't selling like that, and money drop quick. Everybody, these kids, they love you today and hate you later on today. So you got to know how to bust a move. And instead of him working at Walmart or FedEx, he decided to do crime. Now, I don't know why he think that he was going to get away with stealing people information on the dark web and think he going to get away. And how the feds do it. The feds are so gangster. They knew he was doing this back in 2017. And they allowed him to continue to commit fraud over and over and over again until they said, we are ready to lock him up. Now it's undeniable when we come and file these charges, you're going to serve a minimum of 5, 10, 15. We don't know. Because the judge could be like, hey, we're going to give you 20. We just don't know. People word of the court say he's going to get 5. We don't know until the judge speak about it. They are good at that. Especially they don't like it when you're trying to tell people not to commit crime, be good. You're trying to be this politician, and yet you get a whole lot of criminal. This ain't a coincidence that you were just in Chicago telling the young boys to put down the weapons, pick up a book, don't commit the crime. And you is a hypocrite. And then soon they wait till you do that speech. They wait till you be around all of the reverends and priests and all of that. They wait till you get through singing "We Shall Overcome," and they lock your hind part up. Quite interesting. You was just in Chicago telling the kids, put down the weapons. Don't be a criminal. Be a productive citizen. And you stealing credit card. Now you hypocrite. And now you're going to be spending some time in prison. So sad. And you do know, Mr. G, that you got people in your camp that is telling on you. You do know that. You do know that you got some snitches in your camp. You have already been set up. I think you know that already. You have already been set up. You do have snitches that get paid by the government just to take people down like you. And they build cases off of you. They build careers off of you. Because you are an international superstar. but you black. Yeah. You black. And while being black, we already don't like you having this much power. And then now you're trying to get in a political space. Oh no, we're going to put you back in your place and show you that you're tapping into our industry. And now we're going to get you off the streets. When you were standing beside Father Flager and you were in Chicago, they knew then, oh, he's trying to become a voice of black people. We can't have that. Nope. And immediately following that, mysteriously you got arrested for weapons because the people in your crew that you trust so much, your bro, they told on you. Yes. They got you. It's so very sad. It's so very sad. Hold on one sec. I don't know if there's Jehovah people. I don't know. Let me see. It's so very sad, y'all. Y'all sad? I'm not really sad about it. I'm pretending to be. I'm kidding. I'm not sad because he shouldn't be using people's credit cards. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be doing that at all because it's. Hey, what's up? Hey, so yeah, it'll be on YouTube and stuff and on StreamYard and stuff. But you'll be in person because you got to do it in person so they can see you in person.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because I didn't know. I was talking to my best friend and he was asking how to watch it. I was like, I think it'll be on his YouTube.
Yeah, of course it'll be on YouTube and stuff. And then I'll send you the link so when you do it, so you can send it to all your people.
Okay, sounds good to me.
And every time I look at you, I always want to break out in a poem.
In a poem?
Yes.
Why?
It's just something to distract me about spoken word when I see you.
So who sent me to you? That's one.
I have people everywhere. Like one of my followers put me onto your work.
Was it Dior?
I can't really get into my people, but just know you're on the right path and everything.
Okay.
Because I wanted to do it today, but I know you're booked and busy on today, and
not really booked, but I do have plans.
Of course, you going out to the club or you doing spoken words today?
No, I'm not performing today, but I am watching some performances.
Oh, really?
Yes. I haven't been performing a lot. I was going to perform at S4 last night, but I overthought it. So I might do it next week.
So you gotta bring your best for this week. So my people, because they're very critical. I don't know if they're gonna snap their fingers or kick you. I don't know, but we shall see.
Well, I'll bring my best poem that I got.
I love that. And thank you for agreeing to come on the show. I'm not gonna get into what we're gonna talk about because it's gonna be a good interview. Just know that y'all all people always I said no because it's gonna be so free, it's gonna be authentic. Like I don't want to know like about your poem, like you that's just like I'm going to your show. You tell me no, I want to be able to sit there and hear the texture of your words and your lips and I could just say, oh, I don't know why I'm blushing. Maybe because you're doing spoken word. But anyway, I just want to go there and sit there and see it for myself and hear it for the first time ever. Yeah, that's how I operate. I don't want to. So when I interview people, I don't like giving you what it is. I like you to come because I want your. Would you be? It'd be authentic. It hit differently, but it's gonna be a good interview.
I'm excited. It's been a while. It's usually me interviewing people.
I know I did see some of your interviews and everything, but I did see some of your work. I've done my homework, and so yes, I can't wait.
I'm excited, Lord. It's gonna be messy, ain't it? Listen, I do my research as well. So I looked at your shit and I said, oh, he's a T-Page.
Really? Really?
Yes, I know a few other ones. I know King of Breeds. I met some writers that I guess are known. But I don't let that stuff get to my head. But
don't let it get to your head. Don't let it get to your head.
It can be scary, but I'm somebody that doesn't really care what people think.
Absolutely don't care. Yes,
it's
yes.
Really interesting because I don't know your fans like that.
No, it's a family. It's a family, but it's good talking to you. So I can't wait to see you this weekend. So for Sunday.
Sunday, and you said be there at 5. I'll probably be there 4:45.
Yeah, that's great. And I have the link and everything so you can share with your friends and stuff. So I know they want to tune in and everything. So I'm honored to have you on my show.
Good. I'm honored to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Out.
All right.
So I'll talk to you again.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye. Oh, they said Wiley sit down. I am sitting down. Why I can't just talk to the people? The people better leave my good sister alone. Wow. Why I just cannot talk to the people? I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that. Okay. Is that okay? Can I talk to the people? But he could have done movies. He could have acted. He could have done OnlyFans. They said, cause you flirt. I'm not flirting. I'm not a flirt. Boogie said, told you I don't blush. What are y'all talking about? I don't be blushing. You think so? So I be blushing. Is that's what we saying here? Is that's what we doing here? Y'all saying I'm blushing. Nevertheless, we got a lot more topics to get into. They said you blushing. I'm not blushing. I'm not blushing. I'm just having a conversation. I can't have a conversation. I can't have a conversation. What's the problem with me having a conversation? All right. That's good, though. IMO. Okay. Love you. All right. We got a lot more to get into. But okay, let's move on. Now, that's a good looking man. All right. He could have been OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? He could have been a YouTuber. He could have been a podcast. He didn't have to do the fraud. Is it worth it? No, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Because 5-6 years ago, whatever time he get, his career is over. It's difficult for him to come back. There's gonna be so many great stars out by the time he get out. And then he said he releasing a project, but child, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy it and promote it and go on tour because you in prison. You're gonna be prison boo, prison bae, and you already know what goes on in prison. What was that rapper name? He was rapping. He was rapping. He's a rapper, and it was a dude sitting on his lap, and people was like, "Oh, it's a status, bruh." In the outside world, we know what that is, okay? All right? We know, pause. We know what that is, player. Hey, if we see a dude sitting on your lap, we already know what that is. I don't care how you try to spin it. I'm going to say that again. And whoever put that out there on the internet and put that videotape out or that security footage out, they're just giving us a preview of what goes on in prison. I hope you baby mamas know that. Like your dude, he's getting it in there. And some of them are comfortable in prison. That's like a vacation spot. They get it in up in there. It is what it is. Let's not get it twisted. They getting it in up in that prison. You laid up in that cell, you hard, you gonna do something. And in your mind, you lie to yourself and be like, okay, I ain't really that way, but I gotta release this pressure. There's some dudes that don't do that. But it didn't shock me with dudes that do it. Don't shock me at all. Don't shock me at all. And then you come out and you may be done with the lifestyle, but you adapt to that custom. It don't surprise me. It don't surprise me at all. It's sad that, they don't have conjugal visits in all prisons and jail, which they should have it, because no man should be deprived of his desire to be with another consenting adult. I think that's the truth. I don't think no man should be deprived of that, in my humble opinion. Okay, but it goes on in that jail. But y'all don't believe me. All right, that's why you itching right now. Okay, let's move on to Jaguar. Okay, now who else are we gonna talk about? We talk about that. Make sure that we good on that. Give me one particular second. Now y'all know we had wow, I wanted to put her on here. Give me a second. We had Jaguar Wright on the show, right? Y'all remember that? And it did really good in views. 5,000 views. Thank you. And y'all left a lot of comments. I do want to shout out to the YouTubers that promoted that, talked about that. Thank you. Thank you to those that done it. Love you all for that. So this woman came on our platform. Unexpectedly, Jag came on. And first of all, I think Jag, she liked to come on and take over the show. So she tried. And I had to let her, tell her what it is. And she really wanted to come on and diss Armon Wiggins and trash Armon, or whatever the case may be. So we called her. She called. We talked. We went on station. We talked. Jag, to me, is so random but entertaining. But when she said how she met her girlfriend, I knew it's a scam. Because she came out and said, hey, I met my girlfriend, I helped put on her bail and we start living together. But the girlfriend is broke. They are literally, what do they call the people that get in property? They're not on the lease, they have fake leases and etc. What do they call it? They don't call them leeches. What's the word when people go on apartments and buildings and houses and they don't supposed to be there, but they just breaking in it? Yeah, squatters. And she kept saying on the phone with me, she said, yeah, Wiley, I'm living in a house of my friend. He's in Italy or something, out of the country. And we living here while he out of the country in a mansion. And I said, okay, where the mansion located? The mansion is located in South Dallas. Okay. I'm just letting her talk. She said the mansion is located in South Dallas. The mansion. And then she said, I lost a family member. I lost somebody in the industry that worked. I think his name was Daryl. And I'm about to bake him a 7-Up cake. I'm about to bake the family a 7-Up cake and some food, and we're going to bring it to him. Hearing this woman talk and the delusion of this woman is quite interesting, right? She talks against so many people. But now she's going through it right now. And she told me, she said, Wiley, when we talk offline, she said, I'm afraid. I said, why are you afraid? I'm afraid that I might go to prison. I said, Jack, why don't you take a plea? I don't want to take no plea. She didn't want to take no plea. I ain't taking no plea. Nope. I ain't gonna take no plea at all. But I said, you're willing to risk this to trial? And then you saying, I want to do a bench trial? I don't want to do it in front of a jury? Is this what you trying to do? This is saying, y'all. It just woo, like who is inviting you? And she kept saying her lawyer want me to take a plea, but I want to go to trial. But I said, you did something against the cops. I don't think that you will win in the state of Texas. I think that you should take a little plea. I said, you really need to talk to your lawyer about that. Do you really want to go down this road of going to trial? You're not an activist. You're not against the system. What you did, you blatantly harassed the cops and threatened them. And clear video. Then they're saying that you are competent to stand trial, that you're not mentally insane. You could possibly serve some time in prison. You can possibly be in prison. All right, so that's a little piece about Jaguar Wright. And she want to come on my show a lot. And I'm going to interview her and talk to her. Hopefully she listens. Hopefully she does listen. Hopefully. I can't make her listen, but hopefully she listen. Let's take her down for a second. Hopefully she listen. And then we get to Armon Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? Armon, and we get to Jag, and Jag was trashing Armon Wiggins. And I was telling Jag, and I was saying, Jag, you know, I think that you would come out better working with Armon and against. She didn't want to hear that. So we were listening to Armon Wiggins' show today on Station Head. We were listening to his show. He was live. I said, hey, I want to listen to him. I want to see what the brother got to say. And he had some very serious allegations, criminal allegations, so serious to the point that it disturbed my sleep. He said in his allegation, he said, well, first of all, before he got to allegations, he said, listen, if you wanted to bebop me and fight, you should have did that. I tapped you on your show. Like, they was about to fight at Zeus. Him, I mean, dusty looking people. This was sad, embarrassing. But one thing I could like about Armon, like, he didn't stream it on his platform, so it's kind of like it didn't go viral like that. And the people that talked about it didn't get no juice because we didn't stream it or anything like that. So the people that really could get numbers, they ain't talk about it. Like, people, it got less than 1,000, so they ain't do it right. Now, like, I would have got more numbers. Okay, you got your crown on, you stream it. Hey, well, and pow, pow, pow. That's your moment. And stream it. That would have got more publicity than you going live drunk with everybody gone. You about your life, you the fake attorney, etc. That's your moment. Hey, use it. They ain't do none of that. They waited till Armon left the facility. He left early, got his footage, And then that's when you're, oh, blah, 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 blah. And our mind keeps saying, what does it profit me to argue and fight with these dusty people that only make them come up? That doesn't help me. But he said that. And then he said about his friend, his former friend. He said that you get young boys high off of drugs and you R-word them. You assault them. You Larry Reed them. You Levantre them. You victimize these victims so they can sleep with you, and you get them on these substance, on these type of illegal substance, while you insert your rod inside them. Armon said that. Clear as day. Clear as day. Then the friend is telling people that it was Armon that was getting these people high and doing things with them, and he was recording it. This is sick. Me personally, I don't think it should go that far, but it's quite sad that these people beefing with each other left and right and tried to destroy my character, and yet they got some allegations that is very strong. Both of them is spewing out slanderous criminal allegations to each other. These were the same wicked forces that done videos about my character, lied on my character, said these wicked things. And now in 2023, they are now turning against each other and saying, you are our word. And he's saying, well, to the period, you are L word or R word. They saying it to each other. This person with the crown is saying that he has video proof of Armon sleeping with a person that was not conscious. This is dangerous, people. And to me, as I'm hearing said about, nope. I'm getting a front row seat to this disastrous criminal behavior. It is quite sad that these brothers, you so-called friends, have now turned against each other with allegations of being all type of wicked things. It is quite sad to see that, to hear that, to have that in our mind. Quite sad. So when that happened, I immediately did some phone calls. And as an entertainer, well, thank you so very much for that Cash App, sister. As an entertainer, I immediately said, this is dangerous and it's criminal. It is so sad that they are turned against each other to this regard. I believe Armon Wiggins is hurt, but he's also a liar. Because what Armon Wiggins should have said to his friend, to say, hey, brother, I'm better than you. I don't want to be around you. I'm more talented than you. I make better music than you. And I'm using you. And I don't like how you trying to move into the business. And the friend should have said, I'm tired of being second fiddle. I'm tired of you taking on my jobs, taking my status in the community. I'm jealous of you because I'm obese and you're not. I'm jealous of you because you have a good-looking boyfriend. I don't. I'm jealous of you that you don't have to put things in people's drinks, so sometimes you do, and have to snatch their cookies, and I have to do that. So it's just like they weren't honest with each other. And Armon, he's watching me right now. Because I knew he was going to try to go live. When I go live, I said, I'm going to wait. Because he rushed to go live. I said, I'm going to wait till he done live so he can see this. It's wrong. And y'all shouldn't be doing this to each other. And if y'all did R-word those victims, y'all need to be thrown in jail. And y'all need to be investigated. And the LAPD need to open up an investigation. If it is true, then you need to be off the streets. If you did do that. I'm not in LA. I don't have no dog in that fight. But it is always public of what that brother said. Because you can't tell me, Armon, that your friend is doing all this illegal activity. You sleeping in his home. You didn't save the people that are in the home from these vicious attacks. Where were you at? Where were your boyfriend? Was he in the living room sweeping and cleaning or viewing this and getting turned on by it? Where were you all at? It's like you can't put out that allegation and not be questioned. And if it did happen, why would it take you to fall out with him? Now you want to put it out and say, oh, he is an R-word. He put them on drugs and etc. That your question of your character. You are just as evil as the sweaty man. You're just as evil because you cover it up. You didn't say nothing about it. So when you put this out on Front Street, you put it out there, Armand. You can't say Wiley created this. You said it. So, and we just put it out on YouTube. You know. Because I think that Armand these are very dangerous allegations. Very dangerous. Because they tried to pull that on me. Him and his friend. And of course, he apologized and all of that. But now you are dealing with these same allegations. So do I have any sympathy for you? Nope. I don't care. I'm actually laughing. Because you didn't have any grace for Brother Wiley. You ran with these allegations and put it and co-signed it. Now the same man that you were co-signing allegations for have turned against you and now label you a pedo. Wow. That is shocking. So my question to my public letter that we're going to write to Sean Davy Way is, you going to speak up about these allegations? Are you going to speak about it? So my question to Jaguar Wright, since she so-called care about victims, are you going to speak up about those allegations? Where are you at? Is the media folk that are covering this, the bloggers, are y'all going to put it in the titles? Is this person a pedo? Did Armon Wiggins fund that pedo enterprise? It don't make these so far-fetched that Armon Wiggins is obsessed with it because he embraced the pedo, Larry Reed. He hugged the man and kissed him and said, you ain't guilty. You didn't do nothing to Levante. You helped me with my studio. So it's not too far-fetched if he covered up and was accessory of the R-word incident. It's quite sad. And see, Armon, he got to understand, which role do you want? Do you want to be in the gutter or do you want to be up in the skyscraper? But you can't say, I'm skyscraper, and then you back in the gutter. You backwards in the gutter. So y'all got to go and clear that up. Armon, you got to clear them allegations up. Your friend, you got to clear them allegations. Very dangerous. I don't want to have to do a 24-part series. And you know my series will be better because we more entertaining and we are more effective with it. And I don't want a victim to hit me up in my email or DM, come on the record. We're not going to stop them if they want to send me an email or any records of that. If they were in California and being submerged and stuff like that, I can't stop them from putting my email address up here and stop them from emailing me and sending me information to talk about. I can't stop it. I mean, I can't stop it if we were to do a surviving Armon Wiggins, the accessory of a I can't stop it. I'm not breaking the law. I can't stop it if I were to do a surviving Armon Wiggins episode 1. It will get a lot of clicks and views, but I need tangible victims if you decide to come on, send me an email. Can't stop it if you were to come on the show. I can't stop it. Okay? And see, he said it. And I don't think he understood what he said. Because you can't say that your friend is doing these illegal activities and you don't know. You can't say that Armon Wiggins is doing these illegal activities and you don't know about it. You didn't have nothing to do, nothing about it. You clear as day knew about it, so clear as day. But you always knew that information. Why didn't you work with the authorities about this? And why is it on YouTube? Why is it on YouTube? Why is it on YouTube? And see, people get mad because we go to station here and we listen to the station here material and we bring it to YouTube because they go to station here and they so stupid. They think, it ain't gonna never come to YouTube. We on station here. No, brother, we gonna bring it over here to the lights. We're gonna bring it over to the lights. My Zeus moment, if I was there, if you want to be technical, I would confront him. Now, I'm not people say, I would have spoke to him, and if he would have been a little fake to me, I would have snatched them glasses off his face. You ain't gonna come to me being fake because they said he liked to be fake. I don't know who you are. Don't do that to me, brother. You know who I am, brother. Don't do that. I will snatch you up in this place. Okay? I will snatch you up out of this place. Don't you dare. He will avoid because he know Wiley don't play. I'm not gonna wait until we get outside. We gonna do it right here in front of the cameras. So he'll avoid me. I'd have snatched them glasses. I'd have snatched him up in there. He know not to play that with me. Them voices, they acting up right now. We don't play that. Don't act like you don't know me. You gotta just avoid me. But don't act like that and try to embarrass me because I will embarrass you. And I will make a name for myself. I won't serve any jail time. I'll be in the hospital for a couple of days and get a good attorney and get out. But just know you will get this work. And I will get a Zeus contract that day. I'm not like those little weird guys that was there. I'm really about that life. So, just know that. I don't rush it. No. If we're there, we're there. Okay. I was at an award show and Reese G, he said he wanted to slap me and I'm ready, baby. Shout out to James. He said, man, don't do that. I had my camera stand thing. I took it off the thing. I had that hard thing. I said, I'm going. He come here. He coming this, and he saw me. He ran back to the front. I said, you want this work? You gonna have this work, baby. This gonna be a whole WrestleMania main event, baby. And then I pulled what's the name, Markel, to the side. He was talking mess. But when he saw me in person, he submit. He said, oh, hell yeah, Wiley. I'm so, yeah, go on and get the kissing. Because, I don't play that. I'm here, bro. You talking all this stuff over the internet. We just the space. Repeat what you just said about me. I know, player. You going to say, okay, you going to be submissive. Because, I ain't going to play that. I will wear your hand part out up in this place. Okay? There won't be an award show. This award show gonna turn into a crime scene. Don't play with me. Okay? Don't play with me. So I went to that award show, and soon they come up in. He looked at me. I looked up like, "Come on, big dude. Come on, you huge. Cause I gotta come with you with some power and some pressure." All right. And then I call the cops on myself. I call the cops on myself. Please, go ahead. So is what I'm saying. Listen, I am a peaceful brother, but I will defend myself if need be. So when I look at Armon Wiggins, again, I talk about him. He know I talk about him, but I just think like it's so. I never thought this day will come. Honestly, I didn't know this day would come that he would turn against his friend because he was so adamant saying, "Wiley, you always turn against people. I don't flip flop against people." And you done that. You done it. You done it. This story is not getting any press like this because they don't care nothing about it because the people he beefing with, they ain't no superstar. Now, if it was Wiley in that place, more people would have talked about it because we got the juice. That's a fact. If Wiley was there, yeah, more people would have been there. Okay. More people. If Wiley was there, more people would have talked about it because I'm that type of person. Okay. If Wiley was there. If Wiley was there, more people would have talked about it. I want to say this though, when I saw them beefing with each other, it's so sad in a sense that people finally be honest once they fall out. We got to start normalizing honesty before the fallout. Be honest. If you feel like I'm trash, if I feel something, be honest. They had a lot of stuff that they pushed under the rug, and now they all came out. It's coming out now. They had a lot of that. Just be honest. This all could have been avoided if they was honest in high school and college. Got to be honest. Should have been honest day one. And I know people that come to the channel want to beef with Wiley because we do well. But we know who our target is, our target goal. It's more profitable to talk about Armon Wiggins. Nobody, Armon, Tasha, etc. Those people, that is who we talk about. That is who we go back and forth with. Those people. That's it. Because that's the bigger story. That's the biggest story. If I'm on YouTube, you come from the big dog. Period. And they didn't do that. They was beefing, the peasants was beefing with each other. And it went nowhere. You got to know how to go after the right people. All right? Herbo is my relative. He's not facing 15 years. Well, you ain't the prosecutor. Call in if you're a relative of his. Call in if you're a relative of his. If you truly a relative of his, call in. That would have been my Zeus moment, though, bro. I would have had my Zeus moment that day. That could have been my moment. I'm just saying entertainment. But in reality of it, I would have done that and I would have mind my business. I would have. Hold on one second. All right. All right. Okay, we can open the phone lines. we gonna open up the phone lines. If y'all want to have the phone lines open up. We talked about a lot today, and it was an amazing conversation. The boy like the police. The police. The police. Oh my God. Praise God. Whew. And I wanted to say this really quickly. People say in the gay community, they say, we don't like straight dudes. Like, stop the lies. That's all cap. All right. We know who to try it on, then who not to try it on. All right. But in the back of our head, that is every gay man fantasy to sleep with a straight man, especially if they're a thug and they look good. All right. So let's go on here with all that cap. I don't know why I'm saying that. It just dropped in my spirit. All right. So if anybody want to call in, you can call in and give your thoughts really quickly. Okay. If you call in and everything. Okay. Hello?
Is it the Wiley?
Yes. Can you you got me playing in the back or go ahead, man. Can you hear me?
Well, yes, I can hear you, Wiley. I just want to call in and tell you I'm just such a huge fan, and I want to tell you I like how you keep it straightforward to the facts and all of that stuff, and I love your growth and everything about you, Wiley. I just want to tell you keep doing what you're doing with being messy, the politics, the facts, the truth, and everything you're doing. I pray and I hope and I know one day I'm gonna see you on the big, big, big screen. I just want to tell you that, Wiley. You keep me laughing.
Now
Thank you so much.
when I'm on the big screen, are you gonna buy a ticket to come see me?
Yes, that's why I'm calling in. That's why I press the like button every time you go live. Yes, I'm a supporter. I'm always supporting you, Wiley.
Right. Your boyfriend don't get mad when you support me, right?
No, my husband will not get mad, Wiley.
You sure about
He
that?
thinks you funny too.
Oh,
Yes, he thinks you're funny too.
your husband.
We've been watching. Yeah, we've been watching you since the B sector, Wiley. We watch you like we watch you like you're like kind of like HBO in my home or Cinemax or CBS or you know what I'm saying ABC now. Yeah.
Yes. But,
So you doing the right thing. Keep doing what you're doing, Wiley, and keep on saying allegedly, and you're gonna get to where you're supposed to be. I'm gonna see you on the big screen.
Yeah, and
I'm telling you that.
I want to make sure I see you in Vegas too, because we're gonna have a good time in Vegas. If you come, I don't know. Come to Vegas.
Are you? let me see. I will try to come to your Vegas thing this time. While I do want to meet you, Wiley, in person, I would love that.
I want to meet you too.
I will try to do that.
Yes, just do that. Thank you so very much.
I just want to send you some encouragement and some love, Wiley. I know you're going to make it wherever you're trying to get. The sky's the limit. And I hope I
Sky's the
see you
limit.
there soon.
Yes, thank you so very much for your support.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Oh man. Anybody else want to call in and give their thoughts really quickly? I don't know why this thing is so low. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Oh, okay, because this thing, all right, it's a little tall. It was like all the way down or something like that. All right. Man. Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, I miss Armon talking that nonsense. So you mean to tell me that he's saying that his ex-friend
Yeah.
DNR'd
Yeah, see, that's what he's saying.
guys?
Yeah, that's what he.
But my whole thing is, where's the outrage? What's going on? Because it was the outrage when Cardi B said it.
That's true. I don't know. Like, unfortunately,
where's Milagro Graham? Why she's not talking about it?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
this is a serious topic.
Yeah,
If you ask me,
very serious allegations. Very serious. But they don't care anything about black men doing that. They don't.
And you said something very important earlier, Wiley.
Mhm.
I missed your show, but I caught the replay. You said if Armon knew that his ex-friend was doing these crazy, outrageous things, where was he? Was he involved?
That's so true. That's a good point. Was he involved? My gut is telling me he was involved. He has some firsthand information about that.
Was he the cameraman?
Probably so.
What's going on?
Possibly he could have been a cameraman. The answer to that probably is yes.
Because you said he used to stay with the ex-best friend.
Facts. He used to stay with the ex-best friend. Absolutely.
This is crazy, man.
They used to clean the house and everything.
And the ex-best friend said he had cameras all in his house. So I want to know if these nonsense, crazy things is being recorded.
That's so true.
This is the time for the ex-best friend to come onto the Wiley Show, give Wiley that exclusive, and drop those tapes that he claimed that he has.
Yes, it's sad to see this day. I mean, they are throwing the mud, like,
and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, like Armon, he kept saying, y'all don't go to the parties that I go to, but that's a lie because they was letting dusty people in the party, drunk people, they let everybody in the party.
People without a shaper. I mean,
no haircut. Like, come, oh, now you know you gotta have a haircut. But these people, I'm like, what the world? I see all of this, and I'm like, what? And I think it makes Armon so mad that he still want to be above these people, but they there. And that just to let you know it's so easy to get in those parties in Hollywood.
Yes, it's very easy. I mean, Armon, he tried his best to get in those parties. And look, people are not even trying their best and they're getting in these parties.
They're trying to get their best to get in the parties. And they don't have the publications, the boss of the Shade Room post, the neighborhood talk
and
post.
They're getting in the door.
And they're getting into the door because.
So my question is Armon Wiggins trying too hard? Mm-hmm. Is he fiending?
Yeah, he is trying too hard. And he put on
like T.S. Madison is, but yeah.
Of course, he got the glasses, the personality and stuff. And then I've heard that he was only there for a couple of minutes. He got, he took pictures of video and then he left. Because that's an illusion. He wasn't there for a long period of time. He was in line.
Allegedly, it was an open bar, so he just went there for drinks.
That's
what somebody said.
Yeah, went there for drink. Of course, he did anything with liquor. He had a drink and he was begging Mr. whatever the guy named him, Zeus.
Mr. Palmer.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer begging him, and then he lied and talking about Zeus They watch his videos and all that. Child, he always got to boost himself up.
But wasn't he bashing the Zeus network at one point?
Of course he was
Like,
bashing
he's
bashing
iffy-waffy.
yeah, of course he was bashing the Zeus network. But again, if I was there, I would take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Of LA. It is very expensive. Like, it's a very expensive market there. And I don't think his friend is taking advantage of the opportunities, the assets that he have. He's not taking advantage of it. Like, why you don't have no videos, no quick little interviews with people in the facility, but yet we have you acting a plump fool after the event is over. That to me is time wasted. You know what I mean? Because you don't have the juice yet to dethrone Armon. You don't have that. And so unless you really ready to really put some information that we're not privy to, interview some ex-friends or whatever the case may be, or ex-boyfriends or whatever, this is not going to go anywhere. We're going to talk about it for a day, half a day, we move on. But I think he should have used that opportunity to interview the owner of Zeus. I don't see any of that. When I went on his page, none of that was broadcast on his page. Only an Instagram live of you cussing out, wanted to fight
acting a
people.
punk fool.
Right, once the event was over. That to me is stupid. You wasted your time and energy and your space. This once in a lifetime opportunity to be in front of all of these celebrities that is in the culture, right? Could help take your platform to the next level. You don't have no interviews with them, but then you cuss and fight at the end. So when I look at Armon Wiggins just judging on his Instagram, he's winning in the public opinion because most of the public don't know that it's a beef between him and his friend because he have not addressed it on YouTube. And many people feel like if it's not on YouTube, where it's accessible to the masses, it did not happen. The only reason why we kind of like falling up the cracks because we're staying consistent on it on YouTube. And if I was in person with Armon Wiggins, I don't think that he would talk to me or address me because he know who to do that to. I don't think he would have did that. I don't think he would have said, let's meet up. He wouldn't have did that with me. And first of all, I would be too busy interviewing, connected with people in the room, making, networking, networking, right? I would not waste energy trying to box somebody that I know cannot beat me on that type of level. I would be making the connections with Natalie Nunn, all Roly Poly, Bobby Lights, and confronting them is what I would have done.
Exactly, because those they have the bigger platform.
They have the bigger platform.
But can I say
they have the bigger platform. But go ahead. Yeah.
I didn't see the best friend video. I just seen someone talk about it, and they sped the video up. So my thing is that he really wanted to go off on Armon, he should have knocked Armon out, and he would have been forever attached to Armon. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it would have been in the tabloids. That's what you want.
Facts.
From the way that he was carrying on after the event. And can we summon the ex-best friend to a reading session, to a shady session? Like, he don't know how to do it. He's not doing it right.
Because it's not him. It's just not him. Like Storm, it's not him. You only
girl, you're one of the girls. Read her to filth.
She can't do it. She can't do it. That's a weakness. She can't deliver, and she can't do it. And she tried to overdo it, and it don't make sense. Like all of that energy that she gave once it was over, she should have gave it when the lights and cameras were on, while you were in the presence of him. It's like a weakness.
Because trust me, people would have pulled out their phones.
They would have pulled out. Everybody would have pulled out their phones. Absolutely, but he just don't have it. He don't have it at all. He don't have it at all. Just like this Sanders girl in here said, Wiley, you need friends. Again,
Wiley has friends. What are they talking about?
Right.
Are they new here?
Right. They not new. These are just people with fake accounts or whatever the case may be. But he didn't use that moment. And so when I saw Armon and this situation, it's just sad because now it led to that, to now you're labeling your former friend R word, right? An abuser, a pedo. So
1,000%, but that's defamation if it's not true. So what's the next step? Ex-best friend.
What's the next step on him? So now the ball is in his court, and then he don't go live enough because word on the curve is he's not making enough money on YouTube. So he have to work in his personal life to stack up his bread. Again, LA, California is expensive. Is expensive. I don't think people know how expensive California is. So he make more money in his outside doing hair, cutting hair, doing fraudulent PPP applications, etc., than making it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult because the marketplace, YouTube, you have to be so consistent. And I think what he needed like Jag to come on his show. He needed help because he can't pull a show by himself. He just
he
can't.
shouldn't be doing a show. So he just needs to
can't.
retire YouTube because obviously he's doing a lot wrong.
Right. Even with his music never cracked 10,000, 15, 20,000 views. He could wish for those numbers. He never had that. So you just see that it's coming up, and I don't think he can beat Armon. He can't. He cannot go toe to toe with Armon Wiggins. He don't have the skill set. He don't have the allies. Sean Davy Way is out of it. He came out and said he's not involved in it. So it's just complete silence. He don't have nobody now with these allegations. Where do you stand, Sean Davy Way? Are you standing with an R word? Do you believe this to be true? Because he put these
we need people to call it out.
He put these allegations out, and now when the YouTubers, if they're smart, they should put in their titles, Armon Wiggins is labeling such and such a predator. Is it true? Is it true? And have dialogue with that. And do that. So we literally shall see how this will go. And if any victims out there that want to share their story privately with us, and we want to be the voice of you can always email us at wildeyshow@gmail.com. But go ahead.
And this is a job, so you YouTubers need to do your job.
Yes,
jump on the story.
Jump on the story, absolutely, because this is more serious allegations, very serious.
And once again, if it's not true, where's the defamation lawsuit?
If it's not true, where's the defamation lawsuit?
And I'm going to jump right back in the bushes, man.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. All right. The number is 972-674-9462. We want to thank y'all so very much for tuning in. This has been a great show. Love y'all. We've been on here for 2 hours. Okay. All right. And again, he did a lot of begging. You know what I mean? A lot of begging. It is okay to put your information for your people to give, but do that at the end. You know what I mean? Give us the juice, give us the content, and then make your church announcements at the end. He does beg every 3 minutes, child. And that's why I'm not moving to no California. No, absolutely not. Now, that's not saying I would never move to California, but it's very expensive. You have actors and actresses that are going through it about they can't afford to pay their rent and bills, but they have all this popularity, but they're not making the money that they're making. California is a very expensive place to live. Even the worst part of LA is expensive to survive and live. And so it's really a lot that goes on in that particular place. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Miami.
Hey.
I didn't catch what happened with Armon. Like they was at a Zeus party or something. And was it King Payne you talking about?
You didn't watch the video?
No, I just got off work. What's you put it on your channel?
I'm not talking to people like that. That just I just got off of work. Can you please explain to me what you just thought about? No, I cannot. Baby, you need to rewind the tape. And listen, I'm not going to give you no recap. We're not doing that. No. 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 You got to be on time. You know, I'm not doing a recap unless you recap and deposit some things to us, and then we will recap. All right. So if your feelings are hurt, hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
That was mean, but I still love you.
You said that was mean.
I said that was mean, but I still love you.
How's that was mean? Enlighten me. Why
You
is that
said
was
you
mean?
could say bye.
Oh,
You know I'm gonna rewind you.
oh, but that was mean because you were late and you wanted me to recap.
Yeah, but I still caught your live.
Oh, you still caught it, but you caught the tail end of it. You didn't catch the beginning of it.
Right, exactly.
What if your boyfriend wished you happy birthday 3 weeks later after your birthday? How would you feel about that?
You know what?
How would you feel about that?
He wouldn't be my boyfriend no more.
Why is
He
that?
wouldn't be my boyfriend on my birthday if he didn't say happy birthday.
Wow. Would that be mean
I
for
hear
you not?
you. I hear you.
Would that be mean? Would that be mean not to be his boyfriend? Would that be mean, or would you be in your you'll be in your right mind to say, bruh, you late?
One thing is saying happy birthday, and one thing is getting a gift late.
Mm. And you wouldn't like that at all.
I'm late to your show, but I'm gonna watch it late. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm gonna watch it right after you get off live.
Are you in a relationship right now, man?
No, I'm single.
You are single. You are single.
Yes.
And when you say you are single, how do you look?
Wiley.
I'm gonna ask you the question.
When you in Chicago, when you come to Chicago, because I'm in the suburbs, we gonna meet up at Union Station or at the Walter. When you come back to the city.
I understand that I'll be there soon, but I need to see a preview before I just meet up. You know, how do you look? Honestly, do you look good?
You know, I'm not gonna be all like that. I look great.
You look great. Can you send me a picture of how you look so I can see?
Go on the Instagram.
Okay, can you DM me your IG? I mean, text me your Instagram so I can see how you look.
I got you.
Can you do it? Because you always late. I want to make sure you do it right now and don't do it.
Okay,
late.
I'm gonna get off the phone and do it right now.
Oh, you're gonna get off the phone and do it right now, so you can't multitask.
Or you could just let me tell you it and you can write it down.
I want it private. I want hundreds of people to know about you and get your side piece that you have on the side and doing all that. But are you dark skin, brown skin, light skin? What is your skin complexion?
I'm your color.
Oh, you my color.
Chocolate.
Oh wow, chocolate, my favorite. Are you how much do you weigh?
About 150, 145.
150, 140. What's your height?
5'5".
5'5". What's your dress size?
7'8".
7'8".
Yeah, like a medium.
Okay. And why are you single?
Because I'm working to be an electrician and I'm busy and I really don't have time to be messing around. But it is some things you're going to like about me.
Like what?
That I like your sexuality.
Oh, that you like my sexuality. Why do you like it? What do you like about it?
I got some toys for you.
Some toys for me?
Yeah.
I don't want the toys.
You don't want to try nothing new?
No. Me being
We
with you.
just playing.
Yeah, I don't need to play
Mm-hmm.
unless we play with each other.
We is.
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for that?
The way you talking, I think I'm ready for you.
You think you're ready?
Yeah.
Even
Not
though
100%.
even though you were late, but you are ready.
Yeah. Better to be late than never.
And you say you live in the suburbs?
Yeah.
What part? The west suburbs, south suburbs?
Northwest.
Oh, northwest suburbs. You got your own place, your house or apartment?
Yeah. But I'm in an apartment, but I'm getting a house like within the first, like before the first comes.
Okay.
I'm trying to seal the deal now.
Okay. So if I come to your house, you're gonna cook me some dinner and
We gonna work on that first before anybody
oh.
comes. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no creeper.
Oh, we're gonna work on it because you think I'm a
If you
creeper.
are, or nobody jumping out my bushes.
Oh, you don't want
We
nobody.
gonna work it up.
Okay. So, I'm gonna make sure you DM me or text me your information, and we can meet up and have a private meet and greet in Chicago.
All right. Go to Navy Pier. I want to get on the Ferris wheel. I've never been on their Ferris wheel. Can you believe that?
Oh, you never been on a Ferris wheel?
No, on Navy Piers.
Oh, you never was able to ride that?
Yeah.
So, but you wanna experience that type of ride with me?
Yeah, we can do it if we're downtown already.
We could do it downtown. I think that would be great.
You're so freaky.
I'm not freaky. I'm talking
You
about
don't
riding.
Bye, freak. I'm
I
gonna send
said,
you. I'm gonna send
wait.
it to you.
How is that a freak? You said you never ride in there, and I said we could ride in it together. How is that being a freak?
The way you said it, you know.
The way that I said it? How did I supposed to say it? I said we could ride in the ride together.
You're such a freak. Let me send you that email.
Oh, you're gonna send me a text? Okay, I'm here for that. And
well, send you a text or email.
No,
this number can take text.
Yes, it can take text.
Okay, I'm gonna send it now.
All right, thanks.
All right,
all right,
no problem. Keep up the good work.
All right, you too.
All right,
bye bye. What is the problem? He finessed her out of her anger towards his rudeness. A match made Wiley as a player. You bless you. Wait a minute. This is the only show, baby. We gonna flirt. We gonna flirt. They say he finessed her out of anger towards his rudeness. Yes, we gonna flirt. They said I'm blushing. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me do this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Why y'all staring at me, child? Okay. Okay. Send me a message. Okay. All right, y'all. They said I'm about to get new Chicago pay. Must be something about Texas while a whole other person getting it in. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that? Wiley need to host a dating show and his mods ask questions and Wiley pick his date afterwards. That's a good point. I like that. Let me see. That's a good point. Anybody else want to call in? Thank you all. So they said Wiley about to get off there and grab. No, I'm not about to grab anything but some chicken. And I'm about to eat. That's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm about to eat me some chicken. All right. Wiley, show us her IG. No, I'm not doing that. That's between us. Okay. This has been such a great show. If y'all want to contribute, Cash App, $ Marquise Wiley 28, Zelle at Wiley Show. Wiley Show at gmail.com. Wiley Show at gmail.com. We want to say thank y'all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show, even though we was late. What y'all did. In the words of our missionary Milagro little black boy, you are beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. Always. Always and forever. Each moment with you is just like a dream to me that somehow came true. And I know tomorrow will still be the same. 'Cause we got a life of love that won't ever change. Every day, love me your own special way. Melt on my heart away with a smile. Take time to tell me you really care, and we share tomorrow together. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all. All right. I just have to do that a little bit. Thank y'all so very much. I don't know why I'm singing that song, but God. is so good. I love that song. I'm gonna sing that song. I'm gonna listen to it today. All right. Okay. Woo. God is so good. It's just like I want to hear that song, okay, on this Friday night. I just want to hear this song, and I want to say thank you all for that. This has been a good show. Did it be good? Okay. God is truly so good. It says, hey, believer in faith. Hey to the members. Wasn't this a good show? This was good. This is a good show. Hey, Time Out Sports Podcast. I think I know who you are. Time Out Sports Podcast. You're familiar to me. I think so. Very familiar. Familiar. I believe so. You are. I like something on there. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. All right. This has been so good. They said, don't leave, Wiley. It is Friday. And I love to flirt with the ladies. I think flirting with the ladies is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I hope I could just bag it up. Because I flop with 6 minutes. Only last 6 minutes. So I don't know how to eat, lick it, anything like that. So I gotta I'm behind schedule. So hopefully I do a better job with the ladies. All right. But I want to say thank y'all. I gotta go, man. I've been on here all day. This has been a good show. And I want to go. Okay. They said stay booking busy. Yes, hey, we got more shows to do, man. I gotta get on here, butter these men up, these women up to get them on the show, man. It's a lot. And I can't wait. Hopefully we have the person on Sunday, because that's I have so many ideas for him on Sunday. Hopefully he come through. Hopefully he come through. Hopefully. All right. And I like the Jack app because you can get a lot of guests on the Jack app. A lot of interesting stories on the Jack app and Christian Mingle, etc. A lot of information on the Jack app. A lot of stories. All right. Let's see. Oh, I've got a lot of interviews from the Jack app. I did. I don't really get into it because it's a very private thing, so I don't talk about it. People don't like me bringing it up, so I don't bring it up. But I do talk about it on my show. I do. I do talk about it a little bit. I used to be so vocal about it, but not anymore. Not anymore because of the privacy thing. You got to be private about it. Okay. That's a good way to meet people. Absolutely. So I met a lot of great people. I've had a lot of people on my show that okay. They said that's a good way to meet people, not getting interviews. But yeah. 80 questions for me. They said, Jag, I don't know anything about that. That's not happened. We're gonna try to get her on the show, but I don't know about us doing an event together. No, I don't know anything about that. I can't speak about that. I might go to Applebee. They said just subscribe, enjoy your show, and shout. Thank you. Thank you to the new subscribers that came through today. God bless you. And thank you. I might go get me something to drink today. I might get me something to drink. I might. I might get something to drink today. I said I might. I'm not 100% sure. Take a lift. Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'm going to take a lift. Most definitely. But I'm not. I probably won't. Let me call my friend and see. Let me call him and see. Hey.
Hey,
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
You know, God is good because I have you on the phone. Because he created you. Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. Doing homework.
Oh, of course. Doing homework. You want me to come over and help you with your homework?
Oh no, I got it.
You sure?
I'm about to be finished.
Okay. I'm surprised you ain't out drinking today.
No, you know what? Let me tell you, I got.
I'm surprised.
I got fucked up last night at home. Well, we went down the street to GVO. Then we got back to my brother's house and then we drank.
Oh wow.